Yep. Not yet.
Okay.
Hold on.
Take
One,
video.
two, and
Okay, excellent. Thank you, my good friends. Respiratory system. We start up here with the larynx. This is very hard to take anyway, but you need to know about it. The larynx, also called the voice box, and then of course the trachea. Okay, I will come back for this organ when I do the digestive system. Okay, and then the trachea will bifurcate into two. So this, if I put a tag over here, this will be the right. Again, you use this, your gallbladder, okay, which is on that. Okay, right primary bronchus. US is singular. If you say bronchi, it's okay. I'll just say, oh, fine, great. But bronchi is plural. Okay, so you want to say bronchus with a US at the end. Okay, so right primary bronchus, or principal if you like, but primary is easier to spell. And then over here is the left primary bronchus. Okay, left primary bronchus over there. Okay, and then the next thing we need to do, of course, is the lobes of the lung. So you always want to include left or right. Okay, so this one will be the left apical lobe. No, right apical lobe. I'm sorry.
I was like,
yeah,
wait.
no, right apical lobe. Because I was looking at this and I'm just trying to go too fast. Right apical lobe. Okay, and then this is the left apical lobe. Okay, this is the right cardiac lobe. Look at that. Because it surrounds the heart like that. So right cardiac lobe, and then this is the right diaphragmatic lobe. You see, it's up against the diaphragm. And of course, this, if I put a tag over here, that will be the diaphragm. Okay, and another thing I want you to note is this little deal here. Do you see this little deal here? This is the phrenic nerve. Okay, the phrenic nerve innervates the diaphragm. The diaphragm. Okay, you know, it's something that's hard to take, but you know, if I describe it, you know, you should be able to answer it, right? It innervates the diaphragm. So if I ask a structure that innervates this, then you should know. Okay, and it's on either side, and it runs along the vena cava. Okay, so and then this would be the intermediate lobe. Okay, the intermediate lobe is right in the center, and then this over here would be the left diaphragmatic lobe. Left diaphragmatic lobe, and then of course this, see how it cups the lung, the heart. So this is the left cardiac lobe. Okay, and then like we said, this is the left apical lobe. Okay, so gotta know all the 7 lobes, and then of course trachea, larynx, and the left and right primary bronchus. That's it for the digestive system. So the bonus will have one part for the respiratory, one part for the digestive, and I'll talk about it just now. We talked about how the esophagus goes through the esophageal hiatus, which is a hole in this diaphragm, right? And then as soon as it enters the abdominal cavity, boom, you see right here, you have this deal right here. Okay, so there's a sphincter here that's called the cardiac sphincter. So if I describe something like, okay, what is the structure that regulates gastric filling, the way the stomach feels, it will be this: the lower esophageal sphincter or the cardiac sphincter, whichever you like to use. Okay, but it's the structure that regulates gastric filling. Okay, and then the structure that regulates gastric emptying would be the pyloric sphincter, right? Because when the pyloric sphincter opens, material, which is now chyme, moves from the stomach to the duodenum. Okay, so this regulates gastric emptying, and this regulates gastric filling, right? So those are things that I'm saying that lend themselves to being asked without actually putting a tag on it. You know what I'm saying? And then we said this right here is the lesser omentum. Why? Because it's attached to the lesser curvature of the stomach. And the lesser omentum attaches the stomach to the liver and the duodenum. Okay? And then this here, we said it looks like an apron, so I'll put a pin over here on this sort of fatty tissue right here. It's called the greater omentum. Why? Because it's attached to the greater curvature of the stomach. Okay? And like I always say, in the exam, I'll never ask you to identify the stomach, because everybody knows what the stomach looks like. I will ask you, however, to identify the regions. Okay? And so, right there, boom. will be the fundus. So if you see a pin up there, fundus. If you see a pin somewhere in the middle, body. Yeah, you're good. And if you see a pin in this tapered part, pylorus or pyloric region, whichever floats your boat. Pylorus is much shorter, of course. Okay, and like I said, under the lower esophageal sphincter or the cardiac sphincter is what a small area called the cardia. And usually I never pin on that because it's just too small to pin and so forth. But I will do the fundus, the body, and the pyloric region, and then of course the pyloric sphincter, which regulates gastric emptying, and then it leads directly to the duodenum. But I will stop there because I want to do the lobes of the liver first before we go all the way down there. And I want you to get used to sort of the different kind of shapes of the liver because they're not all identical. Okay, so this liver right here, you could see, I think with the liver, what you want to do is use the gallbladder as a marking kind of focal point. There is the gallbladder right there. And normally in the exam, in fact almost always, I put a pin over here because the gallbladder is going to be there. All the digestive organs are there, okay? And all the respiratory organs are there. So you can't be saying, oh, I will study only this. So there will be a pin here. So you use that immediately to the left of the gallbladder. You will see the median division between the left side and the right side of the lung, okay? So the reason I say that is because this one tends to be small in some cats like this one. This has got a big liver, but look at this. This is the only left median lobe there is, this little bitty here. See what I'm saying? So I'll put the pin like right there. In fact, the left lateral lobe, which is this, is so much bigger than the left median lobe, okay? And then this is the right median lobe. Of course, like I say, anything on this side where the gallbladder is located will be the right side, okay? So left lateral lobe, left median lobe, left lateral lobe. This is the lateral lobe right there. And I will usually put the pin over here. And then for the left median lobe, I'll put the pin like here. Okay, right in the middle, towards the middle, so you can know. And then of course for this right median lobe, I'll put it kind of somewhere here, kind of sort of close to the gallbladder, so you can know. The other thing is that the right lateral lobe, which is this, is kind of hidden. You see how far it's down there? And when the cat is oriented properly, you almost can't see it, okay? And then the right lateral lobe in fact is huge in this cat. It's got two lobes, this one and that one. I could put a pin over here, it's still right lateral lobe. I put a pin over here that has all this renal flexure right here to accommodate the lung, the kidney. It's still right lateral lobe, right lateral lobe, right lateral lobe. Okay, then finally we have this, the caudate lobe, which is this thing that is in the middle pointing out like that, this caudate lobe. So there's 5 in the cat, remember? Okay, so with that, and then of course this is the gallbladder. So usually I put the pin out here coming out, but I could pin it anyway here because all this is gallbladder. And then you could start to see a little bit of the cystic duct. So the biliary ductwork I won't be able to tag, but you should know that the left side is the left hepatic duct, bile duct, and then the right one from the side drains it and then forms the common hepatic duct, which then joins the cystic duct to form the common bile duct, which deposits into the major duodenal papilla into the duodenum. Okay, that's the same place where the pancreas also deposits into the duodenum. Okay, pancreatic secretions. So we open up our greater omentum like that, like a skirt, and then this pancreas. And remember, the pancreas is humongous. It starts on the corner here, very close to this spleen, and the spleen of course is a lymphatic organ, okay? It's not a digestive organ, we just do it because of convenience and location. But this is one of the accessory organs of the digestive system, the pancreas. All this is pancreas. All this is pancreas. All this. So I could put a pin here, I could put a pin here, I could put a pin here. Same deal. Okay? Okay, so
you said you were going to put it there like that.
I didn't say anything, so please don't quote me. Just know the whole pancreas. Because I should be able to pretty much take the pancreas anywhere the pancreas is located in. That's the whole idea, for you to actually study it. I'm not going to promise it. What if I put it there and then say, you said this? So scratch that. Anywhere I put anywhere along here is pancreas.
Last time you said you loved it and you were going to put it there.
I still love you though, but I'm not going to promise where I'm going to put it because I never know what I will do on that day. Because it hasn't happened yet. Okay. It's a fair thing to say. Okay, so the first part of the small intestine would be the duodenum, and you can tell because it runs alongside the pancreas. Okay, so and that's that. And this also, I'll put the tag closer to the stomach so that you know it's the duodenum, right? Okay, then I said anywhere in the middle here, anyway, I could put it anywhere, it doesn't matter. That's the jejunum, okay? That's the jejunum. So if you see a pin anywhere on these deals, jejunum, and then of course you see these frills, it looks like a flower. That's the mesentery. And I said I will use these blood vessels to anchor my pin if I was to. So it is what we call mesentery proper in the lecture, okay? Mesentery proper, look at that. And then I won't go to the ileum yet because the ileum is right at the junction of the colon and the small intestine. So I will go here. In the exam, you have to follow the colon from the back here, because people will be moving it like that, you know how it is, and sometimes this can orient itself in a bad way, and then so you want to kind of sort of reorient yourself, starting from the rectum, which is this part here. Before you get to the anal canal, this is the gallbladder. Where are my thingies? Oh, there they are. Oh, sorry. So you see what I'm saying? This is the spermatic cord. You see? And these guys, at least they kept this. So like we were doing in the lecture, I said I was going to show you. And this is the testis. Okay. And the spermatic cord. Okay. Very good. Okay. No. Anyway. So you start up here. So rectum. And then if you see a pin somewhere here, then you would say descending colon. Okay. And then somewhere on the curve, that's where I'm going to put the pin for the transverse colon, okay? So you see a pin here, descending colon, transverse colon, and then I'll put a pin somewhere here. You see this one has got a very short ascending colon, okay? So the ascending colon will be somewhere here. And then this bitty part here is the cecum. This is the cecum, okay? And then now I can safely say this is the ileum. See that? The ileum. And the ileum, the pin for it will be close to the cecum. The duodenum pin will be close to the stomach. Okay? And it runs along the pancreas. Okay? Because this can be easily confused, the two. You see how the pancreas makes it wide, and this also. So that's why I'm saying always follow it from back here in the exam. Okay. Because your students, your classmates will be moving it, and it won't be nicely arranged like so.
Our class will have 4 cats too? Or
Yeah, good 4 cats. So you each have a cat, The most you'll have is 2 per cat, because there's 5. Right. So that's going to be good. So you guys will be having all day there, and you pretty much have your own cat.
Okay.
Lucky you guys. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this. But one thing I wanted you to note is this different cat. Okay, this has got one of the longest you see, ascending parts. You see how the ascending on this one is very short. You see, it starts from here and goes up. See how this is so long like that? And then there's this cecum. You can actually see the cecum. So I do that. Okay, Reina. See what I'm saying? Look at all this. That's humongous. It's really nice U-shaped. And then it goes like that. So you see a pin anywhere in the middle where the curvature is. That's the transverse colon. And then you see a pin anywhere over here close to the end. That's the descending colon. Okay? And that's the parts for it. That's really it. So